It's just after 7, day 33, the day after Christmas. I'm probably a week into a parasite cleanse, lost track, but it's going well. The last time I did a parasite cleanse, my digestion shut down, but I have since done a lot of things to support my digestion, a lot of gut healing and switching to a paleo diet. Although with travel and holidays, I have gone off paleo for the last week, several days, and thankfully I have not had much problems. I mean, there was one night that I had pizza and beer, and I was concerned that that was going to mess up my digestion, but the truth is, with consistency and routine, going off of it doesn't mean it's a permanent thing. It means going off of it and returning as my main practice. So I don't actually know what my full plan is, whether I plan to be paleo the majority. At this point, I think that's where I'm leaning, but anyways, I'm back in the sauna. Feels great. It's a foggy morning. Looks like it rained. And I am back on my Elixir of Immortality course with Alberto Bialdo and Bob Thurman. And we're about to do a past life regression to connect with the past life that we suffered the most, the past life where we had where we were the most powerful and had the most wisdom, but where we squandered that power or misused it, and then the past life that we best used our wisdom and power. So I'm gonna attempt to do this in sauna. It's a recording, and I'm just going to go through the process, but I feel like, yeah, we'll see what happens. The last time I did something like this, it was a soul part retrieval meditation, and I retrieved the exiled medicine woman, and it absolutely changed my life. So why not? The point is not to remember the suffering or the details. The point is to remember and learn the lessons and retain the mastery. And this has been coming up a lot. I'm getting a lot of overlapping themes in my life when I follow the whisper, the God whisper, the God nod. And Alberto was just saying that the goal is to meet God at the whisper and not at the 2x4. And I'm sure many of you have experienced that before when we don't listen. I've definitely learned lessons the hard way by getting sick or injured, or just things becoming really, really dysregulated by not following the whisper. So it's all interesting, but I just go back to something I learned at the beginning of this course, which is, in Christianity, the Christian prays, the Buddhist meditates, and the shaman journeys. And since I've started all of this, it's just been this huge awakening of pieces coming together. And in the spirit of living ceremony, it's literally like walking myself through this process and constantly remembering that this is a living ceremony, and every choice is a choice of a dance, of a celebration, of something I chose in this lifetime, good or bad. So I am grateful to be back in this routine where I have really gained some rapport with myself and clarity and wisdom, and yeah, it's hard to even put into words what the combination of practices I've been doing has done, but in slowing down and listening, things definitely seem to speed up somehow too. But I'm able to handle it because I'm slowing down and listening and taking care of myself. So time is so interesting. When you're steaming, you know you did the thing. One of the gifts from the past life regression was the white tiger. Its face almost like a bear because it was so round, big head, and shorter ears. There was a lot of interesting imagery around hands, like having a hand cut off from stealing, I think, because I was poor and hungry, and then a hand that was mixing different potions and elixirs, and then knowing that I was a skilled hunter, using my hands to hunt. And the last vision was about hunting the tiger. I think that tiger had killed my brother, and maybe a small child. And I was going to hunt the tiger, but then I locked eyes with the tiger in the dark and recognized we could hunt each other, but we decided not to, which kind of feels like an indication that maybe my brother in that lifetime had crossed the tiger, and then the tiger won. I mean, I don't know if won is the thing, but I think the tiger defended itself. And then I was like in love with the widow who had a baby, but I did not allow myself to be loved by her, even if I maybe took on the responsibility of caring for her. It wasn't until my death that I allowed myself to receive that love, because it was like a duty. Wild stuff. I don't know what to make of it all. The imagination is a wild thing. There's some quote, I think is it by Einstein or Tesla? I don't remember, but something along the lines that imagination is the true knowledge, because something like it's the place where things can be discovered. I'll have to look that quote up. It's come up multiple times recently. Interesting morning. Post sauna, back on the bike again, literally today. It's time. So I've always liked doing the Nordic track. It's just been a while. So here we go. First ride in the books. Simple, easy. Part of me wants to just jump into the next one. It's a series called Couch to 40K. I've done this multiple times and I really love it. But I think I'm going to not overdo it, and maybe I'll do another one later today. But I'm gonna get some nourishment first. taking a moment to reflect. It's 5 o'clock. I've been sort of multitasking or task switching, which has been kind of necessary. Although I notice when I try to task switch while doing bookkeeping, that's not great, because then I just find other things to do other than bookkeeping. But I got a good amount of bookkeeping stuff done earlier, and then I've got Hans on in the background. And then I needed to sort out stuff for the Fit for Service Malibu Summit coming up. So, organized, did some good organizing for the Tribe House. So that feels actually really good, getting a lot of stuff sorted out. Laundry, got my bedding all cleaned, and I'm trying to get through laundry from being gone and on the road, and then going through some Christmas gift things and putting those away. Yeah, now it's back to bookkeeping, so of course then I found a reason to pause and not bookkeep. But it's 5 o'clock, the day after Christmas, so I am gonna try to see if I can focus for a little bit and get through some more tasks, because that'll just feel better. It's end of year, it's crunch time, there's a lot to do, so if I have any motivation for it, it's better to just try to crank it out. And Hans Zimmer is a good one for the background if you haven't done workflow with Hans Zimmer. It's a roller coaster in its own right, but it'll get you pumped up. So, Hans, send me.